This is something we all want when we press the power button to our proton packs. So this is the introduction on how we're going to do that. I found this guy on GB Fans. His name is Count Demond. He has proton pack. He has a PKE meter. He released the codes for everybody to use. It's their own, and quite an easy walkthrough. You can buy the parts that he bought, or you can buy your own. Future videos will go through each part where I can get them. It still costs about $100 no matter which way you go. So you can upgrade your regular pack, or you can upgrade a spirit pack. You can even just do the lights on the spirit pack because he has that as well. So if you can see here, it's a really basic circuit. There's just two coming off. One's power cell, and one is going to be your cyclotron lights. He used button cells, and these 8-bit bars on how NeoPixel bars, and he just solders the two together. It's kind of just fancy, but this is the heart of it is our Arduino, and you can use a battery pack. And if you just have these few lights, 4-cell battery pack would just be fine. So, but we're going to go a little more advanced than that. So this is the purchase list. He's got links for everything. I went to Banggood, and you get it for $3. There's an I/O shield, an amplifier, some of the dot pixels. This is the bar graph, the 8-bit bar graph. You get 3 pieces for $5. $9 for 5 of these jewels, which you need all 5. So he also has it where the bar graph here will light up, but you need a multiplexer, and you wire that up. So, but for what I want to explain, basic for anything, is how these NeoPixels work. So you know what you're looking for when you're buying them. On a base NeoPixel, there is going to be, let's go to the back of one. There's a digital in and digital out, a positive and a negative, or positive and negative. So you put 5 volts power to this. You do put your ground to this, or your black wire. Your digital in is from your Arduino. He uses pin 2, 3, and 4 for the kit we're going to be working on. And it goes in one, and then comes out to the next, and you daisy chain these together. What I mean by daisy chain, get some drawing stuff up. Daisy chaining meaning that, let's say here's your Arduino, and your data line coming off of it. First set NeoPixels, and this is your D in here. You're going to have a D out. So your next set of them, that's where it's going to go. And this is the in, this is the out. And it just keeps on going down the line. Data in, data out, out goes to in. And these can have the 6, they can have 1. On my kit, I only have the button cells. So all these are just the single button cells, and I daisy chained them all together in strings. Even for the power cell, I have 9 in my spirit pack, and they're all just soldered together, and I have videos I will post on how to do that. So, but if you wanted, even if you have, these are the 6 or 7 or the 5, the way it works is this first one is going to equal 0. This next one is 1. This one is 2. This one is 3. So the first one will always be 0. So we can have 50 on here. And this one actually is going to be 49, even if there's 50 on there. Because you always start with 0. It's program language. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's how it works. Now, I'm bringing my Arduino code, which is mine, and I'll explain how I do most of that. This is the code you get from, this is mine. So, you're going to have to install some libraries, you're going to install the program, and then you'll have to open up this. You're going to have 3 lines that you really need a page shift. Neo Power 2, Neo Nose 3, Neo 1 4. Neo Power 2, that's your power stick, your power, or the power cell, and then the cyclotron lights, and then also the vent light. I have 17 in my chain, so I have written down 16, because 0 starts with 1. I have 9 in my power cell, 3 in my vent, and then just 4 for the cyclotron, which I'm probably going to have to increase. I'm not totally sure if I like it or not yet. Nose, that's the nose LED when you press the fire button. So the nose dual, if you have 7, put 7 in here. If you have 4, put 4. Just make sure this number is more than what you have. It's not as particular as new Power 1 and the WAN 4. WAN 4 are the inside lights. So there's going to be, he's got listed that there's 5 lights on the inside because we run 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now this next part is constant integer indexes for the NeoPixel power stick chain for the cyclotron. So if you use anything other than what I use, you're going to have to change these values. So my power cell LED count is 8. Because I only have 9 LEDs, it starts with 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now the cyclotron is right after that. So let me get a new page going on mine. So Arduino, first chain, say this is our power cell. For our power cell, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to daisy chain these together. And then we're going to have also the one for the light on the vent. So if you have 7 in here, 7 in here, 7 in here, 7 in here, you're going to have to put this starting at 9, counting from 9, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So C1 end would be 15. So we would start on then 16. Count 7 up, and then you would continue this down the line, all the way to vent end. If you, for the vent feature, if you only have 1 in there, you can say, let's say it's number 26. Then you would say 26 and 26. If you only have 1 in cyclotron start and end, you can have 11 and 11. It's just telling the program where it is. Okay, let's switch my values back. Okay. Now, there's going to be 4 switches, 1 push button, 3 toggles. Your theme switch is going to pin 5. Startup switch to pin 6, safety switch to pin 7, and fire button to pin 8. You also are going to have your NeoPixel or your Adafruit soundboard. You're going to have a reset, an activate, a receive, and a transmit. And it's going to go to pins 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now, in my code, I included the vent feature for a e-cig smoke machine. So A1 and A0, there's going to be a fan relay and a vent relay. The vent relay runs the pump and the e-cig. And the fan runs the fan. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. And those are going to 2 different relays, and we can hook into the relays after that. We'll explain this later. There's also 3 features you can use. In-game cyclotron effect. That means where they're fading in or into the next one. If you don't want it, you just want it to change. Just write in false instead of true. If you want the cyclotron fade-in effect, except for, so it's not like the video game where it cycles back and forth, yellow, you can say, because this will be false to start with. I liked it where it faded in, so I changed it to true. If you don't want the dialogue effects after 5 seconds of playtime, all you have to change is from true to false. Leave all this alone. This is explaining what all the tracks are. So blast and idle. And we're going to have to load all these songs onto the SD card or the Adafruit sound card through the USB cable. Which, if you want to change them out, you're more welcome to. It's really easy. Theme track, that one can be changed. All you have to do is name it T16.wav. It's got to be converted to WAV format and be able to fit on there. You only have 16 megs to do, so you have to be careful. After that, we're done. That's all we're doing here. That is the code. It goes on and on and on about all different things. I also have a servo attached where you can have something move if you want. After it does the vent feature. That is the base of the codes, and now we're going to go into the how he has it wired. Let me get my cursor over. Alright. So, proton pack, no circuit diagram. It's kind of busy, but so you have power, positive, negative here, and then signal. Signal goes to Arduino, comes off, comes through here, like I said, follows 2 bar graphs, and then goes into the NeoPixel joules, and then he has 4 in the vent. I think there's 33 in his chain total. This is what we call a buck converter, so it's taking your 11.4 LiPo and turning it into 5 volts and feeding it for this. And that way, this won't fry this. He has 2 because he was noticing some brownout issues with all the lights going. Brownout issues meaning it's dropping below the 5 volts or there's not enough amperage. So you can just use 2. Just don't crush your wires. You just have to keep it positive to positive, negative to negative. It just supplies more amperage so it can run everything. Because each one of these NeoPixels have a 60 milliamp draw. So that means you can run 60 milliamps. There's 2,000 milliamps and 2 amps. So, I mean, you can run pretty much all the lights, but after you add 30 or 40 in there, and the draw from the Arduino, and the draw from the sound chip, and this is an amplifier he had, so he had draw from that as well. So, there's a little math involved. You can do it, or you can just experiment. See if you start getting some weird, add more power. You're never going to have too much amperage. I mean, excess is not needed, but yeah, and then here's your 4 switches, push button toggles, the inside light chain and those are the singles. They're wired the same way, but there's just 4 of them, and then here's the nose. Going back. He's even got all the sounds listed. He is up to 15, 16 is up to you. You can have whatever wave file you want. You just convert it to a wave and try to make it as small as possible. You can even have it mono. It doesn't need to be... You can get it rather small. There's also 2 T3 files. And if we go back to the code, T3 is your idle track, so your hum. So that can be changed to either one of